This one time, Jesus says to a woman, "It's not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs." I'm sorry, the what? Today, you and I read this passage and immediately feel like, what'd you just call me? But watch what happens when faith rules over offense and makes room for a miracle you weren't even supposed to get. This one's found in Matthew chapter 15, verses 21 to 28, which says, "Then Jesus went out from there and departed to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came from that region and cried out to him, saying, 'Have mercy on me, O Lord, son of David. My daughter is severely demon-possessed.' But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and urged him, saying, 'Send her away, for she cries out after us.' But he answered and said, 'I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.' Then she came and worshipped him, saying, 'Lord, help me.' But he answered and said, 'It is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs.' And she said, 'Yes, Lord, yet even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table.' Then Jesus answered and said to her, 'O woman, great is your faith. Let it be to you as you desire.' And her daughter was healed from that very hour." This encounter strikes me as a challenge for Jesus, given his compassionate nature. This woman comes from the promised land of milk and honey, once a fortified land of giants that the children of Israel needed to dispossess in order to claim and occupy as their new inheritance after their exodus from Egypt. She is definitely not one of God's chosen people at this time. Only the Jewish people were then. Gentiles hadn't been grafted into the vine yet. So she comes with her request to Jesus. "My daughter is severely demon-possessed." And then Jesus ignores her. He doesn't say anything. Again, it just feels odd for Jesus to behave like this. His disciples don't really want anything to do with her either, and we see that as they advise Jesus to send her away. And Jesus responds to his disciples, not the woman, that he has only been sent at this time to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. In other words, to the Jews. But here's where it all turns around. Watch this woman's faith activate. She begins worshiping him, honoring and revering Jesus, and then getting right to the center of her need. "Lord, help me." Jesus wrestles with this as he explains he's here to help God's children. And the somewhat unfortunate example he uses is taking food from children and giving it to little hungry dogs. The implication here seems to be like nagging, yappy dogs. But in humility, this woman doesn't get offended, as perhaps in their culture this didn't appear as bad as it does now. And instead, she continues to honor him. "Yes, Lord," as in, "You are, of course, correct, my king," and continues with her own closing argument. "Yet, even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table." She takes his example and uses it, showing him how it actually is appropriate for her to receive now, to be given this miracle request for her daughter's deliverance. And Jesus is always motivated by faith. And it's evident by what he says next. "Oh, woman, great is your faith." And he then gives her exactly what she came for. "Let it be to you as you desire." And right then, in that same hour, her daughter, who had been so badly demon-possessed, as if there's any level of good demon possession, that she made the trip to find Jesus and make this request, and then her daughter is delivered from the demonic possession. See, even Jesus makes exceptions. This is how the kingdom is meant to work. 2 Timothy 4:2 instructs every Jesus follower to preach the word. Be ready in season and out of season. Convince, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and teaching. Jesus didn't feel like this was her season, but her faith put the draw on his loving and powerful nature, and he gave her what she needed. He's also spoken to us through his word. "The works I do, you will do also, and greater things will you do because I go to my Father." He has given us his spirit to empower us to do all he did and greater things, and we need to get about it. Deliver people from demons, heal the sick, all sorts of miracles. And we all need to be reminded of our commission, our empowerment, our new identity as miracle workers. We now do Jesus' miracles and greater things. So I've created this brand of clothing that you can wear to do just that. Remind yourself to preach to others by wearing it. Visit andgreaterthings.com to get yours today. And please remember to like this video and comment, especially if you've experienced something like this or need to experience something like this. You and those you love don't need to suffer any longer. Jesus has made all the healing and deliverance possible in his name through us. And lastly, subscribe so you don't miss the rest of Jesus' 37 miracles from the Gospels. And I'll catch you on the next one.